Okay, I'm not actually driving at the moment. Oxford Paranormal again, and today is the 23rd of January 2015, and it's bitterly cold. I've just come out of a churchyard with, and it's got a surrounding graveyard around it. Now, I've been down to this site. I've got a client that's actually not that far away from here, and I normally park here. The church is sort of just to my right here, and I've actually done several sessions around this church. Can't get into the church because it's always locked, but it's a Catholic church, St John's in Redhill, on top of a hill. I've done, as I say, I think this is my third session. I think it's my second or my third time of coming down here. And in contrast to yesterday's sort of graveyard session that I just walked around with my spirit box, done exactly the same here. Yesterday I got so much communication, was just unreal. It was like standing in a room of 100 people, and they're just, you know, you're milling around and people are just talking and talking. They're talking amongst themselves and then they're talking to me. Here, I don't know why, and maybe someone can answer this. I kind of have an inkling, I think, as to the reason why, but this is dead. This church graveyard is with a, you know, church with a surrounding graveyard is really dead. I mean, it's no communication. The last time I was here, I just was sort of hunting EVPs only. It is a bit noisy. It's on a triangular section of a road where there's 3 roads, and it's literally in the middle, but raised up quite high. And I think, and there's houses all the way around, and I think that the reason is because it's not a particularly nice place to be. It's not a very nice place for, you know, a spirit to kind of hang out after it's passed away. That's my explanation. I don't know. Not a squeak, nothing, not even a response, not a hello, not a help me, nothing. And it was the same the last time that I came down with just my recorder, and I think I had my small video camera with me. And again, I was here for 15-20 minutes walking around. I sort of stood in the nave of the church, and the outside there's a porch area, and I walked around, actually walked amongst the gravestones and such like. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And I don't feel anything either, whereas yesterday I felt like there was a lot of activity going on in the graveyard that I was in Oxford. And but here, I don't know, it really is dead, if you excuse the pun. There's some very old gravestones here. It doesn't look like there are any new gravestones, you know, something that's been done maybe in the last 10-20 years. I mean, there's gravestones up there from, you know, 1600s, 1700s, so it's fairly old. It's a pretty old church, and I think the graveyard is pretty old. There's some very, very old, you know, gravestones up there. It's also vandalised quite a lot. A lot of, you know, there's quite a lot of headstones that have been smashed. You know, they just look like they've been pushed over and smashed, and some of the graves look like some of them look like they're just falling apart, but some of them also look like they've been desecrated. You know, really just vandals have gone in there and just disrupted the stones, and, you know, I don't know, strange. It is strange. I mean, I've been to a lot of church graveyards, and just, you know, cemeteries, and this is probably the only place that I know of that there's nothing, absolutely nothing there. Very strange. If you've ever experienced that, or, you know, have done sort of repeated visits to a site and you get absolutely nothing, I'd like to hear about it. I'd like to hear about it. My theory is maybe it's not a very nice place to be, kind of hang around. I guess if a spirit doesn't have to be here, you know, if for whatever reason, if for whatever reason it's not tied to this particular area, and it is quite noisy, there is a lot of cars around, and it is a built-up area, sort of, as I say, it's a triangular road, it's not really a junction, but it is in the middle of a sort of a triangular road system. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just too disturbed, and spirits don't want to hang around. Very unusual. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video.